feel like the Guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
This is not something that is like a conspiracy theory.
According to a new report, Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia.
After years of silence, loneliness, and what many people now describe as clear mistreatment, Wendy Williams is finally getting closer to freedom. For a long time, she was kept out of the public eye, unable to speak for herself, while others told her story for her. Now, new information is coming out, and it paints a much darker picture than anyone expected. Recently, new neurological test results became public, and they changed everything. These evaluations were done by one of the top brain specialists in New York. According to those findings, Wendy Williams does not have the mental conditions that were used as the reason to take away her independence. Let that truth settle for a moment. A woman who lost her television show, her money, her privacy,
I feel like the Guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
And her connection to loved ones may have been wrongly diagnosed from the very beginning. Even more disturbing is who may be responsible. The same people who were placed in charge of her guardianship are now being accused of helping push a diagnosis that was not accurate. For months, Wendy tried to speak out. She told anyone who would listen that she was not sick. She said she was being controlled and silenced. Instead of hearing her, people labeled her unstable. They said she could not be trusted. Her voice was ignored again and again. But one person did try to warn the public. That person was Nicki Minaj. Not too long ago, Nicki openly suggested that something dark was happening to Wendy. She did not stop there. Nicki also said she feared the same thing could happen to her.
Wendy Williams, she got fired from Hot 97 because she had a picture of Puffy. So if you don't mind, give me the story from your point of view and what was in the picture.
We were in Cancun. For whatever reason, dude was playing with Puff. He went behind him and grabbed his trunks and pulled them down. Some girls that was taking pictures. They took that picture and emailed it back to Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said she had him in a compromising position and like it was gay, something like that. She was gonna put it out. Wendy had shown people that email. Puff told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not gonna get any music from any of his friends, any of the record labels executives that was cool with him. Everybody was gonna boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days before we landed back in New York. Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. He was fired.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So
she warned that powerful figures in the industry could label her as mentally unwell and place her under control, just like Wendy. At the time, many people laughed. Others brushed her off. Some even called her paranoid. But now, as new details surface, those warnings do not seem so far-fetched anymore. Suddenly, what Nicki said feels less like fear and more like foresight. To understand how deep this situation really goes, we have to look closely at what happened to Wendy Williams. According to a recent report, Wendy went through new brain testing. The neurologist who examined her concluded that she does not have the condition that was used to justify putting her under guardianship in the first place. Sadly, by the time these results came out, much of the damage had already been done.
Puffy wants Cassie back. Oh, it's been all over social media. Puffy posted a picture of Michael Jackson's song, Lady in My Life, and wrote, if anyone sees Cassie this weekend, please tell her to listen to this song 100 times. I suggest don't use social media though to reach out. I think this is a grand overture from Puffy. I don't believe he really wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession. like a possession. And if you really care, then you'd reach out privately, not publicly.
Y'all had bad blood for a while.
Real bad.
Real bad blood.
The worst blood.
The worst blood. You almost wanted to run you out of New York at one point, right? Well, not run, like push you out of New York at one point. He had you ran out. You give him full credit for that? Okay, cool. He had you ran out of New York.
Wendy had been moved through several psychiatric facilities. She was heavily medicated. The talk show she built from nothing, a show that defined daytime television for years, was canceled. Worst of all, she was cut off from her family. She could not see them, she could not call them. She was completely isolated. Now, Wendy is saying this was not an accident. She believes it was planned. She claims someone wanted her locked away and they made sure it happened. That raises a serious question. Who benefits when a wealthy celebrity is declared mentally unfit? According to Wendy, Wells Fargo played a key role in placing her under guardianship. She says the bank claimed she could no longer manage her own money.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You represent a lot.
They argued she was at risk of being taken advantage of. Their solution was to remove her control and hand everything to a court-appointed guardian. Soon after, Wendy was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and aphasia. These are serious conditions that would normally justify a guardianship. However, new evidence suggests those diagnoses may not have been accurate at all. If that is true, it leads to another uncomfortable question. Who gains when someone with millions of dollars suddenly cannot access their own accounts? That is where Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, comes into the picture.
This is not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nikki and Kenny, that makes Nikki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. She trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. She's going into her latter years and, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, look at what they're doing to Wendy Williams. Had Wendy would have still been with Kelvin, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing. We're gonna leave it at that, okay?
At first, the public was told that Wendy was finally being cared for properly. Reports suggested she was safe and supported. But not long after the guardianship began, things seemed to go downhill. Wendy suddenly received even more serious diagnoses. Conditions that had never been mentioned before were now used to explain why she needed to remain under control. Her son, Kevin Jr., noticed the contradictions and began to speak out. He asked a simple but powerful question. If doctors believed Wendy had alcohol-related brain damage, why was she still allowed access to alcohol? If drinking was harming her brain, cutting it off should have been the first step. Instead, nothing changed. That made no sense to him. Kevin Jr. also pointed out that Wendy's family was blocked from seeing her. They could not visit, they could not call. There was no contact at all. To him, this did not feel like protection. It felt like isolation. What makes the situation even more troubling is Wendy's medical history over the past few years. She had several independent evaluations from different doctors. Every one of them found that she was not suffering from the illnesses her guardians claimed she had. Those results were ignored. They were pushed aside and treated as unimportant. There is also the issue of frontotemporal dementia itself. People with that condition usually experience fast and steady mental decline. Wendy showed the opposite pattern. Once she stopped drinking, her mental strength improved. That alone raises serious doubts about the original diagnosis. Now, Wendy's legal team is preparing to take action. Her lawyer has made it clear they will demand an immediate end to the guardianship. If the court refuses, the case will go to a jury trial. Wendy is ready to fight for her freedom, no matter how long it takes. As people started asking who might want Wendy silenced, one name kept coming up: Diddy. Wendy and Diddy have a long and complicated history. For years, Wendy spoke openly about him on her show. She shared stories and allegations that he did not want public. She questioned the official version of events surrounding a nightclub shooting. She talked about his personal relationships long before others did. She even claimed that he once threatened her teenage son during an interview. These moments built tension over decades. Because of that history, many people believe Wendy had information that could damage him. Some think silencing her was a way to protect powerful interests. The situation becomes even more complicated when Nicki Minaj accused Roc Nation and Jay-Z of being involved in Wendy's downfall. Nicki claimed that the company has a pattern of controlling stories and damaging reputations through media figures. She believes Wendy was one of their targets. Blogger Tasha K supported Nicki's claims and added more fuel to the fire. She suggested that the same forces might want Nicki placed under guardianship as well. The only thing stopping that, she said, is Nicki's marriage to Kenneth Petty. That detail matters. If Nicki were declared mentally unfit, her husband would automatically control her finances. That makes it harder for outside parties to step in. When you look at other cases, the pattern becomes clearer. Britney Spears was not married. Wendy Williams was not married. Control becomes easier when there is no spouse to stand in the way. This issue goes far beyond one person. More people are starting to notice a pattern in the entertainment world. Artists who speak out, who challenge power, or who refuse to play along often get labeled as unstable. Once that label sticks, they lose control over their money, their careers, and their lives. Kanye West has spoken about this. Britney Spears fought for years to escape it. Michael Jackson warned about it before his death. Now, Nicki Minaj is publicly denying claims that she has schizophrenia, saying she knows exactly what is happening. One theory has gained serious attention. Some believe Wendy was placed under guardianship to prevent her from testifying against Diddy. Wendy knew too much. If his legal problems grew and she was called as a witness, her testimony could have been damaging. But if she was locked away, medicated, and declared unreliable, she could not speak in court. Now that Diddy's trial is coming to an end, Wendy's new medical results are finally being taken seriously. People are suddenly listening. Her voice is being heard again. That timing feels suspicious to many. At the same time, rumors are spreading that Jay-Z could face legal trouble next. As those whispers grow, Nicki Minaj is suddenly being described as unstable and erratic. To some, that feels too convenient to ignore. Public anger is growing. People are outraged over what Wendy lost. Her condo was sold without permission. Her pet was given away. Her belongings were thrown out. She was left powerless, while others made decisions about her life. Now people are demanding justice. They want doctors held accountable. They want the Guardian investigated. They want banks questioned. Most of all, they want Wendy free. Wendy Williams is closer than ever to getting her life back. But the bigger questions remain. Was she intentionally silenced? Was this all planned? And if it happened to her, could it happen again? Because if someone as famous, wealthy, and outspoken as Wendy Williams can lose everything this easily, then no one is truly safe. The truth is coming out, and it is far uglier than anyone imagined. Wendy Williams is finally close to freedom, but the truth behind her silence raises serious questions. If this happened to her, could it happen to anyone next?